Welcome to lesson 2 of the semester. I hope that you are getting more comfortable with the course and that you're settling in nicely. So this week you're going to be working on the second part of the love letter unit. You're going to keep working on your love letter draft with a rough draft and then, of course, turning in your final draft at the end of the week. But you're also going to be working with other elements of writing. So let's go over what you'll be doing this week. First, let's start with the due dates. Again, just to make sure that you are clear on those. You want to get your grammar lesson videos watched, at the beginning of the week so that you can try to improve those areas as you write your love letter this week. Also, make sure you get your reading assignments done so that you can get your first post to the discussion board done by Wednesday night. Also, you want to get the paragraph and essay development lessons completed so again that you can apply those to your paper. That's what really writing is all about. You learn different techniques and strategies through reading about them and reading different samples and example essays, but then ultimately the improvement in your writing comes when you're able to actually apply that information to your own writing. So you don't want to think about this information in isolation and go, oh wow, I really liked reading this essay, cool, and then leave it alone. You want to look at your reading assignments for the discussion board pretty much with every lesson this semester and look at them for how you can implement the same writing strategies that you like and find effective in the examples and then turn around and use them in your own writing. That is the point of all of this. So don't just do the grammar and get it done as something to be checked off a list, as well as the writing lessons and again the sample readings on the discussion boards. You're supposed to be using all of that information and applying it to your writing. So make sure that you take that further step and do the application part, not just the learning and understanding. Once you learn and understand the material, then it's time to apply it. Otherwise, your writing's not going to improve, and more than likely, it's going to have to be a very conscious effort on your part. So sit back and think, what is it that I can improve in my writing this week? Just one or two things even, because if you can improve one or two things a week, think of how much better your writing will be by the end of the semester if you're able to maintain that and keep compounding the things that you're learning. All right, enough about that. So, very important, you need to turn in your rough draft of your love letter Wednesday night. And then for your gathering, you're going to take 3 copies of that rough draft to your gathering to get feedback from your peers there. So make sure that you've got a good rough draft. Again, the more that you are able to take to your gathering, the better draft it is, the more that people will be able to provide feedback for you, and then of course the less work you'll have to do in revising that. So on Saturday, your grammar exercises are due, as well as your response post to the discussion board. You've got your normal weekly reports to turn in, but very important, make sure you turn in your final draft of your writing assignment. And it's really important that you upload your final draft as a file. Do not cut and paste your paper into the comments box. It is required for the final draft of every paper you write this semester to turn it in as a file. That way I can look at your formatting and your font and this and that. When you cut and paste it into that comments box, all of that is taken away. So if you don't upload it as a file, I'm not going to grade it until you do. So make sure you do it right the first time, and then we don't have to worry about it. For your grammar this week, we're working with run-on sentences. Last week, I believe you worked on sentence fragments. So now, once you make sure that your sentences are complete and contain all the elements that they should, you're going to make sure that your sentences aren't going on and on and on without proper punctuation. So that's what you're going to work on this week. If you have any questions about run-on sentences, never hesitate to let me know. I think all these grammar lessons are very well laid out and all the information is good, but if you need further explanation, I am more than willing to help you with that. Your readings this week, I think, are very good. I hope you enjoy reading them. They will really help you learn how to add detail and just vivid imagery to your writing. So as you read these, the readings for the discussion board, I believe there's 3, pay attention to how those authors use detail and description And then think about how you can, of course, use detail and description in your love letter and in the other papers that you write this quarter. Detail and description is extremely important when it comes to writing. So it's good to think about that every time you write. Even in your discussion board posts, how much detail and support are you giving for the thoughts that you're bringing up? So again, I hope you enjoy the readings. They're very cute and very charming. I especially like the one on the turtle. So I hope you enjoy those. And then, of course, complete the discussion board. Make sure you follow the directions really well. Make sure that your initial post is insightful and is long. The requirement, I believe, is 100 words to 150 words. That's such a bare minimum. Really, I would like to see you write so much more than that. You don't have to write, 5 pages worth, but to me, 100 to 150 words is not enough to actually say anything with real depth and with real description and development. So the more you're able to write, again, like I said last week, the more you're able to get out of it, and then the more your classmates are able to get out of your thoughts and insights. So don't just do the minimum work. Do more than that, and I promise you'll get more out of it. Your writing lessons this week are about description and detail, so make sure you watch this and then do your discussion board. That'll probably help you with the discussion board questions that you're being asked to answer. And then you're going to learn some pre-writing techniques to help you get started with your papers, because I know that can be a very, very challenging aspect to the writing process. So learn some tricks to get you going and then apply those every time you write this semester. Your writing assignment, of course, is to create a rough draft and then turn that in, but then ultimately to revise your rough draft into a wonderful final draft. I really do love reading the love letter, so I'm excited to see what you come up with. As I said previously, make sure you take 3 copies of your rough draft to the gathering on Thursday so that you can get feedback from your peers and then use that to help revise your draft. And then, of course, complete your work for your speaking partner and then complete your reports for the week. So this should seem pretty familiar from last week. This is when we start getting really heavy into that same pattern over and over again. New material, but ultimately each element of each lesson is the same, which is a good thing. So if you have any questions, let me know. If there's anything I can do for you, don't hesitate to ask. I hope you have a great week. I hope everything is going very well for you, and I hope you enjoy this material. I know that writing can be difficult, but it's stuff that I absolutely love. So that's why if you ever need anything, don't hesitate to ask. I'm here to help in all aspects, not just the grading and the feedback portion, but if you need more clarification and explanation, never hesitate to ask. This is what I do. I love English and I love writing, so I'm here to help. All you have to do is ask.